100% Chelsea. Chelsea 2, Newcastle United 1. A result we ground out. Got there in the end, got the 3 points, and that's what matters, isn't it?
Yeah, if you put it like that, fine. 3 points, good day at the office. It wasn't particularly entertaining and enthralling stuff, was it?
No, I was yawning a little bit.
Yeah, it was. It was a bit boring. But then it doesn't matter. It's 3 points, fine. My main worry about this Chelsea side is that since Man City at the beginning of December, league only, we've won, drawn or lost all by 1 goal. We've never been beating an opposition, only in the league, not including the Nottingham Forest result, which realistically they're a championship side. And I think that's really worrying, bearing in mind the calibre of sides that we're coming up against. Of course, this is a period of transition, but you expect during that period of transition to be going from not the polished product to something which is more of a polished result, and it feels that we're doing almost the slight opposite this season. We've gone from that amazing unbeaten run, Maurizio Sarri winning all of his games or not losing games in the league all the way up until the end of November, and now it's almost like we've just stopped. I think it's because teams have started to wise up to us.
Yeah.
But in that period, in the last month, we've not had the most difficult opposition. No disrespect to Newcastle, we should be beating them by considerably more. And I think again it demonstrates that we need a more focal point in our attack. Eden Hazard, as Lewis said, Eden Hazard, yes, we're not going to blame him for not being able to play at his full potential, but he's not going to be able to play at his full potential, in my personal opinion, in one of the...
Well, N'Golo Kante was yet again the focal point in some points of today's game, and there's been other times where it comes to standard, tap-ins or picking up those second balls in the box. We just don't have a focal point.
We don't.
In terms of who you'd like to see come in as a realistic option, in terms of who have been linked with, out of Higuain and Wilson, who would you prefer to see in a Chelsea shirt come the end of January?
I personally would like Callum Wilson, and I'll tell you the reason why. He's young. He's only how old?
26.
Yes, he's 26, so he's got a fair number of years left in him. I think Gonzalo Higuain, if he were to come into the Chelsea side, it would be like a panic loan type thing.
Gonzalo Higuain it'd be a 6-month loan deal. I think they're looking at obligation to buy, but as well as that, the deal that he would want if we were to buy is more than 2 or 3 years, and it's on 140 grand a week.
Yeah, I think Chelsea need to actually be looking, particularly if Maurizio Sarri is so keen to build up this side and build up his squad and build up his team, we need to be looking at youth, we need to be looking at Callum Wilson. I think could bring the doggedness we need from a Chelsea striker, and it's something that we don't have at the moment. My main issue currently is Jorginho.
I'm not the only one.
And I know that I'll get a lot of hate from this on Twitter and whatnot, but I think actually the man really needs to work on his build-up play in terms of it going forwards. He's very good at being that person in the middle who's just going to pass it left, right and centre. I described it as the cha-cha slide the other day. I promise I won't bring it back.
In terms of speaking about Jorginho, we have another man here who many of you haven't seen for many months, and he's decided to turn up, and we all had a little debate in the chat about Jorginho, but we'll let Dom say his bit, and then if George wants to jump in, he can come and say his piece.
I just don't think Jorginho, I think the problem is Chelsea needs space to operate this system, and currently we're not being given the space. And I can understand that we need to go back to try and create the spaces around the back to then go forwards. But Jorginho, he's so slow on the ball, and he seems to take an age to make up his mind of what he wants to do. It's not going to be able to work. And in a side that Chelsea really need to be zipping the ball around, the fact that it gets slowed down time after time after time, it's just not good enough.
To play devil's advocate to that though, is it a case of maybe he just needs a bit more time to adapt to the league?
Fine, but then you can't be expecting him to start week in, week out in these huge fixtures.
Fair enough.
I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek in that position would alongside N'Golo Kante, because actually I think that somebody who's got a little bit more of a forwards focus about them, I really am struggling to see Jorginho in this.
Why not play Jorginho alongside N'Golo Kante to move those balls, but maybe have Loftus-Cheek as a 10 in a 4-2-3-1 as that driving force?
Yeah. But then you've got to have that one up front to really be able to have the focal point. We're just going...
This conundrum, innit?
It is. You can't do anything with it because we haven't got a striker who's going to be reliable. Look, we beat them 2-1, fine. We go on to Arsenal next week. We go to the Emirates, which is the Emirates.
You looking forward to going to meet AFTV?
Oh, I can't wait to meet AFTV. They've had a lovely visitor on with them all of this week. It's a shame that they're not continuing that for next week. But yeah, we go to the Emirates.
They are.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they got me on.
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
You've not seen these puppies.
Unfortunately, I have. Yeah, we go to Arsenal next week. We get to see the delightful Robbie and troops. And yeah, I just hope we can turn up then. And then we come to the semi-final in the Carabao Cup, second leg here. It's a busy few weeks with Chelsea. I just hope we can really pull our act together.